Good morning and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can tell by the graphics, today I'm making a return to Conan 2D20 by Modiphius, and I wanted to do a brief update on Character Generator. If you haven't played Robert E. Howard's Conan Adventures in an Age I've Dreamed of, I highly recommend that you at least get a hold of the copy of the starter the starter pack. There's it's free. You can pick it up. You can go to the Modiphius website and pick up a copy of it, and at least see and become familiar about how the game works. And it is really a it would be my pick as far as a an RPG of the year, whenever it released, whether it was 2017 officially, or we actually started getting the books possibly in 2018. So it was certainly a game I was really looking forward to getting into. And then once I started playing it, it is really a great system. A lot of fun, and remarkably well suited for Robert E. Howard's Hyborian age, and the adventures in that setting and with those types of characters. Now, one of the other things I wanted to mention is that the way I typically play this game is myself as the GM and one player, and that player running through a solo experience, and then any other times that they encounter something that requires more than just one player to accomplish, I fill in those needs with side NPCs to kind of be support for that character. And that, I think, I've at least found that actually holds true best to Robert E. Howard's original stories, and the character of Conan, who was never adventuring in a party of more than maybe one or at the most two companions, and not in any of his original stories, Robert E. Howard stories of Conan, did he have more than one companion at any given time. So the game does play very well to solo adventuring, a GM plus one player character. And so I encourage you, if you haven't tried playing it that way, to certainly try playing it that way, as well as playing group adventures and such. So I'm going to get right into the character generator. I just discovered in the last time I was trying to run this video that you really can't go back once you've made a mistake. So that's something that they haven't fixed quite yet with with the character generator. So just be mindful of that. But I'm going to jump right into the character generator and give you a quick preview of it. Now, since the last time I've done one of these videos, back, sometime last year, I think, when early last year when I did a character generator, video, the quality of what you could see on screen was not as enhanced as it is now. So you will see a much better quality this time around, which I'm happy for. So let me get to this here, and so when you go to the when you go to the internet, you're going to look up Robert E. Howard's Conan. Actually, I can back this up to let's go back, and so you do a Google search, Conan character generator, and it's the first hit. All right, and so you come in here. Now you have to select the core rules, and my friend's PC is actually a Gunderman, and I'm going to have him start out his adventure as a as a bounty hunter type, working on the Gunderland wilderness area. And so I'm going to create a companion that will either be, someone who's trained him or someone who he's worked with at least early on a little bit before he actually starts his adventures. So I'm going to make this person, using the core and possibly the mercenary. And what this does is when you click on these, it unlocks the different supplements that you will now get to see inside this character generator. I can unlock, the different rules for sorcery. I can unlock the Book of Skelos, which is more magic, cults, thieves, brigands, barbarians, and pirates. All right. Actually, maybe because they're going to be fighting against brigands, maybe I will select brigands as well. I'm going to do the normal startup for the attributes and for the character generation. So I'm not going to modify with any of these other things. I'm just going to go and I'm going to select. So it says roll brigand homelands or select homelands. So I already know where I want him to start, and he's going to start in Gunderland. There it is. And you can see you saw there that he started with hunting as a base skill. Now your attributes all start at 7, and you can modify these +1, -1 as you go. Up to 2 attributes can be affected this way. I'm just going to leave it as start 7. I'm going to choose his aspects. Now he's basically a tracker wilderness type person hunting down fugitives as a bounty hunter. So I'm going to look for skills that will or traits that will go along with that. So I'm going to go with acute and aware. And I'm going to go with fast and fit. So now you have the 2 selections that you chose, and then you could choose a best and a worst. Now you can see now that some have already been raised to 9. Some of these attributes are, so agility, intelligence, awareness, and brawn are all 9 now. Down here, you see that coordination and, well, actually both coordinations are still 7. So I'm going to make awareness his top and intelligence is worse. So now it dropped his intelligence down to an 8 and his awareness up to a 10. And the same thing down here. I'm going to increase his coordination, which will increase his it'll increase his ability to do ranged weapons. And once again, awareness here. Now I'm going to select his caste. He can be a born soldier, camp follower, crafter, escaped surfer slave, a farmer, hunter-gatherer, forager, rugged, survival. I might get a hunter-gatherer. That'll be good. Okay. His story, I'm going to select his story. Crossed a wasteland, death on 4 legs. Socorro hunted by civilization. Red moon. A haunted. Crossed a wasteland. And say he crossed the the Pictish Wilderland. Oh no. You see, so when you get these things here, I want to see if you can actually go back. Yeah, so you can actually go back. So I want to cancel this. And I want to go back to this cast. I'm going to select cast. So I wasn't happy with that hunter-gatherer. It was putting me into areas that I wasn't really looking to increase. I'm going to go with just a straight warrior. Now he'll have more warrior-based. All right, so I want to make him a veteran. He's going to be glorious in battle. Now his archetype. He's going to go with archer. So now you see his ranged weapons have increased a little bit. His career talent is accuracy. And he gets to choose. He still needs some melee, so I'm going to put a little bit there, and athletics. So he starts with a bow, and then I choose a secondary weapon for him. So I'm going to choose, I want a throwing axe. Now his nature. Like curious will give him athletics, observation, stealth, and even some thievery and lore, alchemy. It'll give him a bonus to his agility. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with curious. So I brought his agility up a little bit. So this is nature. I'm going to go back. I'm going to select nature. I wasn't crazy about those. So I'm going to go to sneaky, because that is going to give me my survival. I was looking for athletics. And now sharp senses is something I wanted. It increases my observation skills. That's what I was looking for, is I wanted something that was going to boost his ability to do sharp senses. Oh, there's also tracker down here. I'm pretty sure tracker is going to come up again, though, if I keep on following along this thing. So selected education. So he's going to do education on the battlefield, because he had that glorious battle back in his time frame, and I'm going to increase melee and increase ranged. And once again, now I can do tracker, because I want that in there. And his secondary weapon now, I'm going to go with a dagger. Notable event. So I could choose different war stories here. I could go with core. I can go with a mercenary war story or brigand war story. Let's go with a All right. Let's say he... I think you have to complete this before you can go back. So I'm going to... survive the slaughter of a unit, his unit. Give him some resistance and some survival, so that's good. Now I can choose to either increase one or decrease another. If I increase his awareness and it becomes a 13, then or 2 attributes by +1, he's going to end up getting a bloodline increase. So I'm going to do that, and his coordination becomes so low. I could have sworn I boosted that. Okay. Now 3 skills I can increase. Now I always recommend that you increase resistance, because that's hit points basically, and I would increase his melee expertise. Now I get to choose any one talent, and I am going to look for marksmanship. And the second language, I will go with Sumerian, since Mandolin and Sumeria are right next to each other. Now, once again, I can improve another skill, and I might put coordination here, make that a 10. He has a 13 awareness, so I'm not going to worry so much about these things here. These are just so I can name them. I just give him a real quick name. His age is 20. Leave that as is. And now we're going to export to printer-friendly PDF. Let's see if we can zoom in. So here you have the character sheet, printer friendly. He has a hunting bow, and it shows what his range modifier is, a +3. His melee modifier is a +1. That's for damage bonus. And it goes through, it shows his physical ability, so his physical health. He's got about 12 points of rigor, mental resolve of looks like 7. You would see it lists all of his talents. All of his selections that he has made. And then we get over here and we start to see, so his agility, his melee is still a 12, so on a d20 roll, he has to roll a 12 or below in order to hit. So it's not terrible, especially for a starting character. His awareness is 13, so he has a 17 survival, which is pretty incredible. He's pretty hardy in the wilderness. His brawn and resistance here, his coordination, his range weapons are 13. His powering is 11 sailing. So I really thought that this would have been a little bit higher, but I'm still happy with that. And his lower skills are obviously under, personality and willpower, which he didn't pick up anything in those areas. I'll just come back here. And so these friendly character sheets are a big improvement over the other, and I'll show you the other now at this point. I'm going to switch views. So as I was saying, there's two different versions of the character sheet. That was one, you could print that out and you'll have that. But here is the other, and this is the one that my player has used. So I'll show you that. So you could see here, it's a lot busier. It still lays out all of the same information, and once you get used to it, it's you can manage it, but it is pretty much ink intensive, and so you're going to use up a lot more ink using this particular character sheet, but it's a pretty well thought out character sheet as far as have everything on one page that you really do need, and then on the back, and I'll let this get caught up, you have where you can list some more equipment, more talents, and such, or any creatures that you happen to control. There was a third and a fourth page for magic and such, but since this character here, and the one that I had made up doesn't use that, no need to, no need for me to print those out. So thank you for, coming back in and taking a look at Conan 2D20. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing. Hit like if you liked it, and if you have any comments you want to leave, please feel free to leave comments, and you'll have a good weekend.